What is up, guys, and happy Tuesday. I wanted to jump on here because you guys may hear me talking a lot about, let me fix this. You guys may hear me talking a lot about macros, counting macros, or this meal has these macros in them, or whatever. So I wanted to show you guys how to track macros in an easy formula, because I know when I was first starting, I heard everybody talk about macros and I wanted to track macros, but I didn't know how the hell to do that. So I'm going to show you easily how to track macros and how to read a food label. All I'm going to use today are Justin's peanut butter, 100% grass-fed beef, ground beef, sorry, and Pop Secret kettle corn. These might be backwards, sorry. So let's start with the grass-fed beef. So I'm going to show you guys the food label here. I don't know if you can see it. But so this grass-fed beef has fat of 23 grams, carbs 0 grams, and protein is 19 grams. So, sorry you can't see it. So this might be self-explanatory, or you might still not get it. So when you track macros, you're tracking the macronutrients in foods. So the fats, carbs, and proteins. Those are the macronutrients in foods. So that is when you're tracking macros, you're tracking those numbers. So for this one, for the grass-fed beef, it has F, we're going to use F for fat, 23 grams, carbs is 0, for C, F, C, P. I don't know if you guys can see that. So fats, carbs, proteins. So in this food, the macronutrient sources are proteins and fats. So there's 23 grams of fat and 19 grams of protein. And that's not for this whole container. That's for one serving size of this, which is 4 ounces. So this food is not a source of carbohydrates. It's a source of these two things. So if you are going to track this, you would take a picture of this food label. You would take a picture of that and enter into your FitnessPal. Your FitnessPal would track that you then consumed 23 grams of fat and 19 grams of protein, 0 grams of carbs if you had 1 serving size of this. Now let's say you had 2 serving sizes. You were really hungry and you had a big meal, big plate of this ground beef, and you had 2 serving sizes, you would just double these. You would just double those 2 numbers, okay? So next, we're gonna use this Pop Secret kettle corn. I love kettle corn. I love kettle corn more than popcorn. Anyways, so for this one, we're gonna go to, this is for the ground beef. So for the popcorn, it has total fat, so you can see it. Focus. Can you see that? It's probably backwards. Sorry, I'll just read it to you. So for 1 cup of this popcorn popped, it is 9 grams of fat, 12 grams of carbs, and 2 grams of protein. So when you look at these numbers, when determining if this is mostly fat, carbs, or protein, you would look at the numbers and see which one has the most. So this has a decent amount of carbs in this meal, in this snack. Sorry, this is not a meal. Oh shit, this is not a meal, this is a snack. So it has 12 grams of carbs, 2 protein, not much protein in here, 2 grams, and 9 grams of fat, 12 grams of carbs. So if you were to eat a whole bag, it would be a little bit different. Those are only for servings per bag is about 3. So if you were gonna eat a whole bag, you would multiply these numbers by 3. So if you wanted to enter this into your FitnessPal and say you did have a whole bag, you would, let's get this. You would scan this barcode and enter it into your FitnessPal, and your FitnessPal would track these automatically. Now, if you're being honest with your FitnessPal, you would track how much you actually ate. So in the serving sizes, you can actually change that and say it's automatically 1 serving size. You could just fix it and put 2 or 3 if you ate the whole bag. Okay, so this is a snack, and these are the macronutrients in this snack. Okay. So last but certainly not least, one of my favorites is Justin's peanut butter, and this is the honey flavor. So for this, I don't have room to write it, sorry. It has 16 grams of fat and 8 grams of carbs and 7 grams of protein. So this is a pretty good fat source and also protein source, because it does have 7 grams of protein and 16 grams of fat. So overall, this is a really good fat source because it has mostly fat in it. And it does have a hearty amount of fat, and it's 16 grams for 1 serving size. So again, how to track it into your FitnessPal to know how much you're eating all day, or how much, if you wanted to track all your food all day, you would just scan all these into your FitnessPal, change the serving sizes to how much you actually had if you had more than 1, and scan this barcode. And so those are all the macronutrients in those. Those are the macronutrients